There's a pattern that almost nobody talks about, honestly. The people who understand the most about life are often the ones enjoying it the least. The ones who can articulate exactly what happiness is, why it matters, and how it works, and still lie awake at night, unable to find it. If you've ever felt that the more you understand, the harder simple contentment becomes, you are not broken. You are experiencing something psychology has documented consistently and rarely explained well, because intelligence and happiness have a more complicated relationship than most people assume. The first reason is that intelligent people are harder to distract, and distraction, it turns out, is one of the primary mechanisms most people use to stay content. Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi spent decades studying human happiness and found that most people achieve their most positive emotional states not through reflection, but through absorption, through being so engaged in something that the self temporarily disappears. Intelligent minds resist that disappearance. They stay present to themselves even when presence is uncomfortable. The same mind that sees clearly in every other direction turns that same clarity inward, and inward clarity, without self-compassion to balance it, becomes self-criticism. The second reason is that intelligence raises the baseline for meaning. Most sources of happiness that work reliably for others, routine pleasures, social approval, comfortable certainty, don't hold their weight for a mind that keeps examining them. You see through the mechanism too quickly. You understand why something is supposed to feel good before you've had the chance to simply feel it. Philosopher Albert Camus called this the absurd, the collision between the human need for meaning and the world's silence on the matter. Highly intelligent people don't stumble into that collision, they live in it. Third, intelligent people tend to have a much wider awareness of what could go wrong. This is not pessimism. It is accurate probabilistic thinking applied to life. You see the fragility in things others take for granted. You understand complexity that others overlook. Research on what psychologists call depressive realism, a term coined by Lauren Alloy and Lynn Abramson, found something quietly devastating. People with mild depression often have more accurate assessments of reality than people without it. The optimism that protects most people from anxiety is, in part, a benevolent distortion. Intelligent people are simply less susceptible to that distortion. Here's what psychology wants you to understand. None of this means intelligent people are destined for unhappiness. It means the path to happiness for a mind like yours is genuinely different. It cannot be borrowed from people whose minds work differently. It has to be constructed deliberately, with full knowledge of what you're doing and why. Fourth, intelligent people often feel the weight of what they know about the world, not just their own life, but everything. The suffering that exists beyond their immediate experience, the systems that fail people, the distance between how things are and how they could be. Psychologist Paul Bloom, in his research on empathy and moral reasoning, found that people with higher cognitive capacity tend to carry a broader circle of moral concern. That breadth is a form of moral seriousness, but it is also an enormous emotional weight that most people are simply not carrying. Fifth, the relationship between intelligence and happiness is significantly shaped by whether that intelligence has found a worthy outlet. Research consistently shows that intelligent people who are under-challenged, understimulated, or trapped in environments that don't match their cognitive depth report significantly lower well-being than those who aren't. The mind that needs to build something and has nothing to build turns its energy inward, and a powerful mind with nowhere to go becomes, over time, a painful place to live. Here's what's worth sitting with. The struggle is not evidence that something went wrong with you. It is evidence that your mind takes life seriously, that you cannot settle for surfaces, that you need your existence to mean something real, and you refuse to be talked out of that need by easy answers. The goal was never to want less. It was always to build a life large enough to hold what you already are.